All right. Good morning, everybody. We are live for our January 2025 social. So we want to welcome all of you in store. We want to welcome everybody joining us from home. There were a number of folks registered to come today that couldn't due to weather out their way. So they're joining us online as well. So we want to thank you guys for being able to join us at least that way. And again, just welcome everybody for coming. We have a lot in store this morning. It was a fun agenda to put together, and we're excited to share all the new things with you guys. For those joining us from home, we're doing a keyword for the prize drawing of winter, since we are in the middle. Oh, there we go. Am I muted? All right. So we're doing winter. So if you are joining us from home, key in the words winter, and that'll enter you for the prize drawing at the end. There we go. Okay. So last month, we challenged everybody with the Fat Quarter Challenge. We gave everyone the same Fat Quarter and said, get creative, bring it back in some sort of a project, and we'll do a little competition and see what all the creative ideas are. So there were no limits other than your own creativity. So I believe everybody who's here in store that made one already turned them in to Ellen and Lisa. Is that correct? And nobody else is sitting on their challenge? Okay, so it looks like we had a total of 11 entries, which is, 12. 11 entries, which is amazing. And I'll show you guys first, unnumbered. This is what Ellen Cooper put together. So she used some little seed beads and toasting the champagne and the bubbly for New Year's. So that was a really fun. And yep, now we have a close-up. There we go. Of Ellen. So she's obviously, since she works here, is not entered in the voting, but it's fun to see what she came up with that. So thank you, Ellen. And now
these go from this side to that
side. Okay. So what Lisa and Ellen did this morning for us is they numbered these. So we don't know whose is whose. I don't even know whose is whose at this point. And let's see what we came up with. So number 1, we've got 4 wine bottles radiating from the center, and it looks like we appliqued the labels on there. So I'm going to slide that under as well. And we'll go back through and show everything again so that you can be thinking about what your favorite one is. So that was number 1. All right, let's see what number 2 is. So it looks like there's 2 pieces. And it's a little wallet. I'm hoping a little change pouch. And I'm lifting up the card so we can see that side. We'll tuck that under. And there is a coordinating matching one that accordion's opened. The matching fabric and a little snap. So put number 2 under there as well. And I will open that up so that the folks at home can see how that. It just always amazes me, the creativity, the things that people come up with. All right, number 3. Look at this little guy.
Oh, cute. Oh, that's really cute.
Oh, that is adorable. Little 3D. That is so cute. And I'm going to stick him under for the, you tip him back. You see it that way? Yeah. That is adorable. So that's number 3. I'm trying to keep these in order. Number 4. Ooh, wine o'clock. A little wine o'clock wall hanging. And there's little embroideries with a clock for wine time, and the quilting is embroideries and the words, ooh, wine o'clock.
It says
Ooh, it's wine o'clock. See, I need to lift the tags. So number 4. Put that under there. I straight? I'm crooked. There we go. So that is number 4. Number 5. What do we have here? It's an apron. I make wine disappear. What's your superpower? With the apron pocket being in the wine fabric. Trina, did you bring a? Yep, she's got it. Okay. So that one is what, number 5. And I'm going to tuck this apron here so we can see the embroidery. And also fold it up so that we can see the matching pocket, hopefully. Okay. So that one was number 5. Number 6. We have and I'm going to clean it up and call it a darn it doll for the sake of we're broadcasting live. So there's another one as an example. And so the card says, when you think you want to climb the walls and stand right up and shout, here's a little darn it doll you cannot do without. Just grasp it firmly by the legs and find a place to slam it. And as you whack its stuffing out, yell, darn it, darn it, darn it. So there's another one as an example. This one's almost finished. And so the maker wanted to have both to show what it is. So here is our number 6 with the darn it dolls. Those are great. I'll tuck that back in the bag. I'm trying to keep this in order to go through it again. Number 7. Oh, we have a tote bag. And it looks like it's lined with pockets inside that match the wine fabric that go the entire way around the inside. And that is number 7. We'll put this under the camera. We see the inside pockets are the wine fabric. And there is the outside tote bag. And that is number 7. Number 8. There's a little tie on here. Let's open it up and see what we've got. Buy more wine, written on a mark board, and there's chalk, and there's a little zipper. So it's a little organizer for your coupons and grocery list and whatever you need. And it ties closed. And put it under here. So there's the outside, and when we open it, there's the inside with the zip pouch and a pocket and a spot for the chalk and the chalkboard. And the reminder to buy some more wine. So that was number 8. I think this one, yep, this is number 9. We have a wine tote, complete with a couple bottles of wine. And a corkscrew.
Are they leaving that here?
Yeah, is the maker leaving it here? And there's a really nice divider that separates the 2 bottles so they don't clank against each other as you're transporting your wine. So that is number 9. Put it under here. We'll get a top view where we can see the divider separating the 2 bottles, and we'll lay it down. See the tote, and there's pockets on the side for your corkscrew. Yeah, it's amazing just seeing all the creativity. So that was 9. Make sure I don't tip the wine. Okay, number 10. We have a placemat or a table centerpiece, table topper with a little ruffled edge and some quilting in the center. So number 10. Oops, there we are. We have a really cute little table mat. Number 11. This looks like a quilted wall hanging. Oh, a runner.
Very nice.
So there's number 11. One of these is nicer than the next. My goodness, you guys have a hard job ahead of you to vote. So we'll start there. And we'll move it across to show the entire. There we go. So that is number 11 with the table runner. And number 12 is another purse or tote bag. We've got some of like the leather-esque fabric. There's pockets inside, quilted inside, zipper pouches. So number 12 is the purse. Put that underneath there and tip it up this way so we can see maybe, I don't know how well that's coming through, some of the pouches and quilting on the inside. Let's have a nice round of applause. I mean, these are just amazing. One is just more creative than the next. And that was what we were hoping to see, is just some of how everybody's creative juices are flowing. So what we're going to do is vote on our favorite. Our first place winner is going to receive a $25 gift card for Super Stitch. Second place will get a $15 gift card. And our third place winner will receive a $10 gift card for Super Stitch. So we'll go through a little more quickly this time through the numbers just to show you again so that you know which one's really standing out in your mind, what number that is. And then we're going to pass around a tablet of paper that's numbered 1 through 12. Yeah, that 12th one. 1 through 12, just put a little hash mark next to the one that is your favorite, and we're only voting once. And for our folks online at home, just comment your number. Steve has a separate list. He's going to go through the comments and tabulate the online comments for their favorites, and we'll add the two together and find out who our gift card winners are. So I'm going to start this down here with you guys. And we'll just go through one more time. I'm going to sort of flip the whole pile over so that we're back in order.
Are you going to leave the pile? Or do you want to...
We can put it back in the basket. Okay. Number 1. And that's the table topper with the 4 wine bottles spiraling out of the middle. Number 2 are the 2 little pouches. That's number 2. Number 3 is our little chicken. Number 3 is the chicken. Number 4. Oh, it's wine o'clock wall hanging with the wine clock. So number 4. Number 5. I make wine disappear. What's your superpower, apron? That's number 5. Again, I make wine disappear. What's your superpower? Number 6 is the Darn It doll. And there's our number 6 doll again. Number 7 is the tote with the teal straps. So keep in mind which number it is that's resonating with you. Oop. Number 7. Number 8 is our little grocery list folio with the chalk and the chalkboard and the coupon pockets. That's number 8. Number 9 is our wine tote carrier with the 2 bottles of wine and corkscrew. Number 9. Number 10 is the round table mat or placemat. There's number 10. We have 2 more to go. Number 11 is the quilted table runner, patchwork table runner with the stars. Number 11. And number 12 is the purse with the burgundy. And there's our number 12. Okay. So again, just put a hash mark if you're in store on the piece of paper for 1 through 12. If you're online, just type in the number 1 through 12. And we will circle back here in a little bit once everything has circulated with who our winner is. And again, my hat's off to all of you guys. They're amazing. Love it. Did you guys have fun doing that? Was that a fun? We'll throw in a little fun game every now and then. We won't do it every month so that it's not overwhelming and too much. But when you guys least expect it, we'll slide another fun game in there. It is. And you know what? And we were doing it because it was the holidays and special and a toast to the new year. But it is because everybody's busy with family obligations and other sewing projects that we're trying to complete for the holidays. Okay, so do we just want to circle back to that here in a little bit once they vote? Online, they just put in the number 1 through 12 that corresponds to the project. And again, we'll circle back and we will also reveal who each of the makers are. Good morning. Okay. So while we are waiting for all of that to come through with the voting, we'll move on and talk about some other things. Our really, really huge, big, exciting news since our last social is the Avenir has arrived. So we are excited. We have long awaited its landing. It is here. It is amazing. And we can see by the smile on Rick's face on the slide how happy we were to get it here. And we do have the Avenir set up here in the classroom, and we'll do a demo on it for our demo this morning. But this is Brothers' brand new top of the line machine. And we are just thrilled with all of the capabilities and potential that this new machine has to take our sewing to new heights. So Brother does have some financing opportunities available for us in January from the 10th, which is today, through the 20th. So see us for more details, but there's a 0% offer for a 48-month, and there's 5.99 on a 60-month financing. And with the new Avenirs coming in, we have 2 luminaires that have come in on trade, which was the previous top of the line offering from Brother. And if you've been wanting to get into a luminaire and the Avenir is out of reach, it's a great time to talk to us on one of those gently loved, previously loved luminaires. So there's that to come see. And then Janome is doing Red Tag sales event here for January. There's a lot of bundles and special pricing. So if you're looking at getting into a Janome, it's also a great time to do that. And we can talk through trades and bundles and pricing and what's included with any of those. So 2025 class and event schedule. We've been really busy with this calendar, and we have a lot of exciting things to put out there. We're going to take you through February, but know that we have been working on plans through the entire year and a lot of fun in store. Our January class schedule, and it's a lot. that we have already done so far. We included the whole month, but we did the Avenir launch party where we really got into a lot of the features of the Avenir back on the 3rd and 4th of January. On Tuesdays this month, on the 7th, 14th, and 21st, Darlene is leading the Exploding Heart mini quilt, which is a 36-inch, I believe, finished Exploding Heart quilt. So that got underway this week with the first of the 3 sessions. A lot of fun. Those are looking great. Wednesday of this week, we had the From the Heart block of the month for blocks 3 and 5. And we've been talking about From the Heart for a while, so I just wanted to show you guys so far the blocks that Anne has completed. We have the little bunnies with their fringed tails. We have Be Mine, which with Valentine's coming up is really cute with the little beehive and the Be Mine. She has the picture with the bird house put together. And you guys can always just do 1 month at a time if you want. So each month when we put this out, if you just want to do a single block instead of part of the larger quilt, you can always dive in. It's all ordinary sewing, and Anne's throwing in some other techniques with some trapunto blocks. And then we have this one with this vase and all the flowers and the 3D flowers on that with the buttons and cute little accents. So we have quite a bit of that going on. So today is the Super Stitch Social. Then on January 15th is Sewing Club, and I'm sure most of you have seen already, but we will be making this casserole carrier. We decided to go with football theme fabric for ours in light of the Super Bowl coming up and Super Bowl parties when you need to bring a dish to share. We have Steelers fabric, we have Buffalo Bills fabric, Penn State fabric, or you could do any fabric. So if you want to join in and learn how to make this casserole carrier, that'll be coming up with Sewing Club, and it Velcros. It is lined with Insulbrite to keep your hot dish nice and warm. And it'll fit your Pyrex or a pan like this.
Irene has a question about your friendship star.
Oh, okay. So we'll circle back to the friendship star. So yes, we do have a question on that one. We have 2 people that were interested in the friendship star. And do we have it handy? I don't know that I can reach it. But that was the sampler. It's a beginner quilt class. We had 2 people interested. One is away for the winter, snowbirding. The other one is a little unsure about driving in the winter, so we've kind of tabled it for now, but we're looking to get that going. If anybody wants to join in on From the Heart, as we get past February and the worst of the snow, we're going to get this going again for the From the Heart.
Friendship star.
Or Friendship Star. They both start with the same letter. It gets muddled. I'm sorry.
Is that the one that was multicolored?
Multicolors. Yep. It had all the different pastels, the pinks, the blues, the greens, the purples, yellows. So again, here's Sewing Club for this month for the casserole carrier. And Embroidery Club will make everything during Sewing Club to get this to the point that it just needs quilted. And then we will learn how to quilt it in the hoop for Embroidery Club this month. And then something new that we added to the calendar, which will be on January, I think 24th. Oh, we're onto the February slide. I think it's the 24th off the top of my head. Yep, we're going to go back one slide. It is the 24th. Okay, so it's what we're calling an open sew. We'll do it from 10 until 2. It's an opportunity for you to come, bring whatever project that you're working on. It's not a guided or led class. It's bring your project, bring your sewing machine, have some fun sewing with some friends. And then if there's anything that you're needing help with or you're stumped on a certain part of that process on your project, that's an opportunity to ask one of us for some help to kind of get you through that tricky little spot and continue on through the project if you do have anything that's stumping you. And it's just a fun opportunity to get together and sew with some other like-minded individuals and just have some fun. So we're going to try doing that once a month. And that will be on a Friday, because I know certain people have Fridays available and not other days of the week for classes. So we're trying to hit that day to accommodate some schedules that way. So let's come on in and sew and have fun.
Do we need to sign up for that?
Yes. Yep. That's a registration. That way we're sure that we don't have too many people and not enough space and supplies set up. And then February, we'll be doing the social on February 7th. February 12th is From the Heart for the Block 6. And Ann and Rick are actually going to be enjoying Mexico and some sunshine and getting away from the snow. So we're going to work on getting the videos together, and I'm going to try to lead that for Ann.
Is there a big sale when you're gone?
Talk to them.
I'm not going to say it in front of the boss, but maybe we'll do a Bosses Away sale.
See those 2 bottles of wine?
Yeah, right. Where are the wines? But
Have her drink those and then ask for.
right, exactly. But Steve and Ellen and Lisa and Eddie and I will get together and see if we end up doing something or not. So stay tuned, and maybe we'll announce it at the February social if we do something. So we'll have to. What's that? We'll have to see. We'll have to see what we may come up with. So then Wednesday, February 19th, we'll be sewing an embroidery club combined. And I'm going to lead you guys through the point of view table topper, which I actually started to make for the Fat Quarter Challenge. Like Ellen did something from the staff to show I was going to do it. And we got to talking and said, you know, this would actually make a really great sewing and embroidery club project. So it's tucked away. I'm going to finish it up with recordings and videos for the club classes. And we have that to look forward to. And then on the 21st will be our February open sew. And then Wednesday, the 26th, we have an event, our first big event of the year outside of the launch party for the Avenir. And it is dime. We've shown you guys the dime magnetic hoops before. And we are doing a dime event. It's called a dime block party. And it's actually a virtual event that you can enjoy from the comfort of your own home, snuggled up with a nice hot coffee or a glass of wine, as the case may be. And they're going to lead us through piecing in the hoop and miniature blocks in the hoop and a whole bunch of various techniques using their dime hoops. So that should be a lot of fun, and we are looking forward to seeing what Dime's going to do for that. And it's a 90-minute.
I think so. Registrations are available now.
Yep, registrations are available now on our website under classes and events, and we'll put it out in the next e-blast as well with upcoming events.
Something that's going to be recorded if you can't.
I think they said you have 48 hours to rewatch it.
48.
Yep. So all registrations are handled through Dime. So when you go to our calendar of events and our class schedule, and you click on that date on the 26th, there's a button there. When you click it, it takes you directly to Dime. You register through the Dime website, and they will be tracking all the registrations and all the communications relating to that. But we're anxious to see what techniques and new things they can bring to the table for us for embroidery and with using their magnetic hoops. And then we're going to stay tuned for a lot more classes and events that we are planning for March and forward. Just wanted to kind of throw this out there, though, so it's on your radar. We have decided to join up with the Mid-Atlantic Shop Hop this year, which is Pennsylvania and Maryland and Virginia and just that whole Mid-Atlantic region.
I think it's July and August.
It is July. Oh, did I
You
put
put
June
June
in
in
July?
July.
Yes, I did.
It's July and August.
It is July and August. Yep, July and August. I'm glad you caught that mistake there. Yes, it'll be July and August. So,
How many shops?
oh, a ton. many. They have a magazine that they will put out that we will have available here for you to purchase. In it has the passport thing where you get your stamps from the various shops, directories of the shops. And then what they do, because not everybody can drive 6 or 8 hours to the other end of the Mid-Atlantic region, they actually break it into smaller little groups. So prize drawings are done sort of in a tighter geographical area.
You don't have to go to all of them.
Just all of the ones within our smaller.
It's like, sort of like the ones they used to do. But it's neat going all over.
It is neat going all over and seeing some other shops and getting some inspiration and
If you can't
ideas.
go, you have a friend somewhere, like I got some from New Mexico and Texas, that they sent them, my friends sent them to me, you know.
Oh yeah, there you go.
They're all UFOs at this point, but I have them all labeled how we're.
We'll have more details.
Because they all have themes, but
Yeah.
I went all over this state and then I remember going to Fredericksburg, Virginia, and the lady said, I was saying that I'm not a quilter. She said, you mean you can't put 3 pieces together? Oh, no, I can do that. It's the binding.
Oh,
So she said, oh, so it's not that you're not a quilter. You're not a
Just types
binder.
the word with.
so there you go. Yeah, so
Fun
it's
seeing all these different
it is
places.
fun to see all the different places. It really, really is. So we'll be getting those magazines in. They have a specific fabric line that we will be getting in that goes with the theme. And then we will have a block that you'll pick up the pattern and so forth here. And the other shops will each have their own blocks and you can get the fabric to make the blocks to match. And we're just really, really looking forward to it. So it should be fun. So that's July and August. If you're looking at the screen, it's not June and July and August. And then we'll be doing the Allegheny Mountain Shop Hop again through July that we have done in the past. So we will have both hops running simultaneously there. And then again, we'll be doing the one-stop shop hop with the Allegheny Mountain Shop Hop in Chautauqua in September. So that's a lot of fun to look forward to this summer. Okay, Hoop Sisters. So a couple of things new coming from Hoop Sisters. I have a couple of the other ones hung here behind us, the mugs and mittens, and we do have kits for that. We have the snow day. We are out of kits, but we can put more together. We'll just need to change out the border color a little bit because we are out of that fabric, but we can put together that just sort of in the theme of it's winter and it's January. Something else with a lot of these digital download files that wanted to share with you guys on any of the projects that we have hanging. We have a tag for the digital file. So if you see the project and you want the file, you can just bring that tag up to the register if you're shopping in store. We also have additional digital file tags on a rack that's on our Hoop Sister display that if you want that file, you can bring that tag up to the register and give us your USB drive that you might have in your pocket. We'll drop it on there. If you don't have one, we can get you a USB drive. If you put that on, you can also purchase them from our website on these digital downloads. So that being said, 3 of the new ones that we have across the top, Heirloom Feathers is a larger project. We made it in the smaller 5-inch block size, but it is absolutely stunning. We went with a tone on tone. We still need to get the backing on it and finish the quilting, but there is the new Heirloom Feathers. And I don't know if we want to get that. Yeah, we decided just to go with the tone on tone with that. Try to center that a little bit. Oops. There we go. So this is just absolutely beautiful. And this is another one that we all worked on. We each took our turn sewing some of these blocks, and it was really a fun collaborative effort. So that is one of the new digital files. Put that over there for you guys to see. Sneak behind you, Steve. Another new one is Hugs and Kisses, and it gives you the option to make the wall hanging with an X, a heart with an arrow through it, and an O for Valentine's Day. Or you can make what they call a tiny topper that has the 2 X's and the 2 O's, and we made up the tiny topper. And we use some Valentine fabrics. Yep, it's just a placemat size, a little bit larger than a placemat. Would be great for centerpiece on your table or as oversized placemats. Really, really pretty.
Put it under the camera.
Oh, yep. And so there is. And that one is called Hugs and Kisses.
That's Hoop Sister?
That is Hoop Sisters, yes. And then what we did for that, if you like our fabric way and colorway that we chose and selected, we do have fabric kits put together for that. And we have 2 different ones, one for the wall hanging and one for the tiny topper. And they're labeled as such, but everything that you would need to make your own is in this packet. So we have those available. We have fabric kits for a lot of these other ones too. So that's something to keep in mind. And then they have 3 new ones coming out, which are Spring Things, Birds in Bloom, and Serendipity. Those are going to be new releases from Hoop Sisters coming up. And with those, I think what we're going to do, at least for now, is have you go through our affiliate link to find those and purchase them instead of doing the digital download. And that's where you can just scroll down at superstitch.com. Towards the bottom, there's a red bar that says affiliate links. You click the Hoop Sisters, and then you click the Spring Things or Bird in Bloom or Serendipity. It takes you through their site to check out, but then Superstitch does get some credit for that purchase through Hoop Sisters. So would appreciate if you use the affiliate link whenever shopping for a Hoop Sister design from their site. And then we have one more that wall hanging coming up. It's a dealer exclusive. That one we will do as a digital download here. And that's called Poppies and Petals, and it has 3D flowers, and I think it has a little 3D butterfly on it. So that'll be the next one that we start making here in store to get that sample ready for you. So a lot of new Hoop Sisters. Of course, follow them for their online. They do all the workshops with their Facebook page and on their YouTube channel. So follow that for learning some of the Hoop Sister techniques. And going back to our schedule of Open Sew, that was one of our thoughts, or a lot of people have a lot of questions on the Hoop Sisters technique and how do we do the Hoop Sisters projects. Those are great projects to work on at the Open Sews so that we can help guide you through that first one to learn their techniques and ways. Any Hoop Sister questions before we move on? We don't have kits yet, but we can quickly put it together for you while you're here this morning. Yep, absolutely. And that was a question on the heirloom feathers, if we have the fabric kits for those. But we do have the bolts already pulled aside and can quickly get that put together for you before you leave today. Any other Hoop Sister questions? All right, well then let's jump into Kimberbell. We've talked about this the last couple months, but we have the digital dealer exclusive mystery quilt. It's called Wallflower. And we have started making up the blocks for those. So we have the promotional block and the January block done. And it's on this poster. So if you look, this little ladybug was our promo block. This flower block is the January block. And every month, there's a block or two. I will share that February has 2 different blocks. So that's a little teaser of what's coming for February. But each month, you will get your files in your Kimberbell account once you've signed up with us to be a part of it. And then you make your blocks. And at the end of the year, you put them all together and you have a wall quilt. But we don't know what the next month's ones are going to look like until we see them. pass that along and take a closer look at the blocks. We are putting together fabric kits for the DDE.
Do you have fabric kits for the whole?
Right, we're putting together fabric kits for the whole thing. Yep, it's for the whole year. You buy one fabric kit and that gives you everything you need for the whole year. There are a couple fabrics that we did not have that are on order. We're waiting for those to come in so that we can finish putting those kits together. But Lisa has them like 95% of the way there, I think, just the last couple fabrics. And then we'll have those fabric kits ready. We also have the embellishment kits on order. We're waiting for those to come in. And it's a nice little vinyl zip pouch. We've shown it in past months at the social. I didn't grab it this morning. But it has your embellishment labeled for every month, January, February, through the end of the year.
Do you have prices for?
Not yet. I don't have the prices yet for those. I believe the embellishment kit's $34.98. And then the fabric kit will be just what the actual is. It's a lot of fat 8ths and fat 16ths and fat quarters. So while there's a lot of fabrics, it's not large pieces of them. And Lisa went and grabbed the embellishment kit for me so that you guys can see that little bag. And Kimberbell's idea with this little bag too is not only do you have your embellishments to keep in here as you make each of the blocks, while we have the poster to hang them in store, obviously you won't have that poster at home. Keep your blocks and everything in this little bag, your fabric kit, and it's all together. And then each month as you get your new file, you can get that.
Are we writing a lot?
I think so.
Small.
Okay, also new from Kimberbell is a mint jelly tote. It reminds me of, yes, I'm a child of the 80s, of the jelly shoes. Yep, the jelly shoes that were big whenever I was a little one. But it is a mint colored jelly tote. It has holes on it that you can embellish. So we'll pass that little tote around. And then they have zipper charms that are Stitching Rewind 80s zipper charms. So there's a roller skate, a cassette tape, and a little flower. And these little zipper charms actually can clip onto that jelly tote, and sort of now how everybody embellishes their Crocs with the gibbets. Or, yeah, I think that's the word. Is that the right word? So you can embellish your jelly tote, put your things in it for a class or whatever you want to do. So those charms are cute and new, and they're just kind of a flashback to the 80s. And then they have a new embroidery felt pack, which is pattern play in the greens. And there's polka dots and stripes and plaid. So those are really nice for like a St. Patrick's Day mug rug would be a great idea of what to use with this. So that's new from Kimberbell since last month. And then the final new Kimberbell product to show you guys that we just got in is the double-sided Bond Pro. And this is sort of like a steam-a-seam or a heat and bond. It's a fusible to permanently fuse 2 layers of fabric together if you're doing traditional applique, or some of their projects may have you using this as well. So, we've got, right? Or gluing your fingers together. Yep. So that's everything new with Kimberbell. Any questions on the Kimberbell? Nope. Okay. Well, then we'll go ahead and move on to the next. All right. So we are ready for the demo on Picture Play on the brand new Avenir. So what Picture Play is, for those who haven't seen it yet, the Avenir has a feature built into it where you can take a picture off of a thumb drive, pull it off of the internet, maybe off of your phone camera, and you can take your photograph, a few clicks of the button through the Avenir's on screen. It digitizes it fully, and then you can stitch out that picture in embroidery, which is a really, really cool feature. So Steve's just getting the camera set for, I'm going to move some of these. Are we on the camera? You want to, okay, jump to that one. So this slide that we have up on the slideshow right now is the daughter of one of our customers who has already purchased the Avenir. And she took the picture of her daughter and she went through the picture play steps that we're about to demonstrate for you. And she was able to convert that picture of her daughter into an embroidery stitch out. And she, that's a photograph of her stitched out embroidery using picture play. And then the next slide is the same photograph. And what, oh,
No, I don't have the next slide.
oh,
I wonder.
are we on the other slide deck? Yep. Because we got the picture in, I updated the slide deck. So,
Yeah.
but she also did another photograph that she sent us where she took that same photo of her daughter, did one little button click to remove the background, and now instead of having the background behind her daughter's shoulder and beside her head, it was completely removed, and we just had the person stitched out, which is really, really cool technology.
So how did she know where to change the thread?
So that's we're going to show you how to do all of that. So we're going to switch to the camera. We're going to bring up our Avenir right here, and are we able to put that on the one screen too? So for those who are in store, we're going to get that same camera display up here on the screen where we can see the Avenir. There we go. So when we go into the Avenir, and I'm just going to click home, and we go to the embroidery button, and if hopefully you guys can all see this, there's now a button that just says Picture Play Embroidery down at the bottom. It's just a simple tap of that button. And it's asking us where are we going to find our file, and I'm going to tell it on our USB stick that we have in here. And I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to choose Tiger 2. And this is a little clip art tiger that Anne found online. It was a free clip art. But we can see our tiger. Is it coming up okay on the screen? So there is our tiger. And I'm going to say, yep, we're going to digitize. We want to stitch out that clip art tiger. And I'm going to tell it set. And it takes a minute. It's thinking, and it brings it up. And I can go in and I can choose what hoop I want to do it in. So maybe I want it to be a nice big tiger, because right now it's telling me it's only 2.26 by 2.09 inches. So I can choose what frame I want to use, and I can arrow through and I can pick whatever it gives me. It enlarges it as you go. So I'm going to pick the 10 by 10 for the magnetic frame, as Brother does recommend using the magnetic frames over the traditional hoops just for a little better hold on the fabric. But I'm going to pick 10 by 10 and I'm going to tell it okay. I'm going to remove the background. Even though it looks like a white background, I don't want it to stitch out a white background. So I'm going to tell it to remove the background. And I'm going to toggle that on and just hit preview. Now it's thinking for a minute. And as it's thinking, it's going through and it's looking at all of those colors and it's deciding what thread colors it wants to use and taking it from, there we go. So we're going to hit next. And now I have all different choices here. And we're going to work with the original this morning where it stitches out exactly like the original is. But I have all these different filters that I can apply. I can go to Icon Art, Art Deco, Pencil Sketch. And if I choose any of these, Oil Pastels, Neon Sign, Art Nuevo, Bold and Vivid, Stained Glass, Geo Art, and Cartoon Graphic. So I can stylize it to look like any of those by just sliding that to where I want it. If I want to recolor it, I could have it go off of, say I had a picture of a purple iris and I wanted a purple tiger. I could say, do it in the coloring palette of that other photo and it would do it. But we're just going to leave that part alone for now. And we're just going to go with the original. So I'm going to slide back to the original and I'm going to hit next. And now it is generating all of that information about where it's going to lay down the stitches, what the stitch counts are, what the color changes are. It's going to default at a 15 color thread change. I have the ability, once it's through this part, I can go in and I can bump that number up for finer detail. I can bump that number down. The lower your thread change number, the more pixelated your image will look. The higher the number, the finer your detail will be. But we're going to just, for today's purposes, stick with the default 15 thread change. And it's still thinking here. And it does take a moment. It's not very long, but it does take a moment to, yep, patience. Patience is a virtue, as they say.
AI.
Yep, it's all AI guided. So this is AI that's in there doing the thinking and processing. So that's, here we go. And in that short amount of time, we are fully digitized and ready to stitch this out. This screen is where I can change my maximum number of colors and my thread brand, my density, if I want it to be a denser or a less dense design. But we're going to leave all of that on the default, and I'm going to say set. And it tells me it's converted to the embroidery pattern and picture play embroidery function will be exited. Is it okay to continue to embroidery edit screen? Okay. And now I'm at the same screen that I would be if I brought in any other design, whether it was one of the built-in embroidery designs or something that I purchased from Kimberbell or Hoop Sisters or OESD. And we can do our normal embroidery changes and then we can embroider it. You guys ready to see? Now this is the ooh and ah moment. So we did our 10 by 10 tiger in the 10 by 10 hoop. And yeah, and there he is in the hoop. I'm going to this. Oh, you know what? I'm going to hold it right here for the. It took a few hours to sew out. It's and when I hit the embroidery button, it'll tell me the exact numbers. 171 minutes. So, any guesses how many stitches?
60,000.
So we have 40, 50,000, 60,000. I heard a couple 100,000. It is 96,749 stitches. So it was almost 100,000 stitches. But it is absolutely amazing. And as we saw in that slide before of one of our customers, what I just showed you with the tiger, but that was, no. Hers does almost look like tapestry. And depending on the picture quality, if you have a really high resolution photo or a lower resolution photo, it's going to impact how sharp or not sharp it is. If the background's kind of hard to detect from the image, it can affect that stitch out as well. If you're going with a small little design, if you're going with a giant big hoop, if you're going with 8 colors or 6 colors or the default 15, or if you're bumping it up to 30 colors, every one of those factors are going to influence your output. And Ann and I were joking that we said, you know what, we could spend a whole day just sitting there with a bunch of photographs on a thumbstick playing with what the picture play outputs would be. And you do have the ability, you can save your output on your machine or on your thumb drive. Unfortunately, you can't do it on this machine and then take it to a non-Avenir and stitch it out. It is a proprietary thing that's only compatible with use on the Avenir. But it is really, really cool. Any questions on that? Okay. Well, before we get into the show and tells, are we ready on our fat quarters?
So the largest hoop on the machine, we had a question. It is 12 by
18. Yep. Yeah, it's a 12 by 18. It's a huge hoop. It's the largest hoop on this machine.
Does that do quilting?
It does do quilting. So a lot of the built-in designs, without even getting outside designs, are edge-to-edge quilting with where you can link it up and just hoop by hoop stitch out your quilt. It's amazing. Any other questions on Picture Play or on the Avenir? Okay. Do we have tallies, Steve? Okay, so Steve has results, so we know who our winner is on the Fat Quarter Challenge.
So number 9 is second, and number 7 is
Okay, who had number 3?
Do they know which one it is?
I'm going to pull it out. Number 3 is our chicken. Who's the, come on up here, Sue. Congratulations, you're our first place winner.
Thank you.
So you will get a $25 gift card from us. If you can write Sue Gall next to her number on that.
And number 9 was
Okay, number 9. That was the wine bottle wine carrier. Karen and Glenn, if you guys can come up. Is that all, Glenn? Congratulations, you are our second place winner. Wait, wine bottles stay. No, I'm just teasing. Congratulations, Glenn. And then our third place, who had number 7? Lisa, come on up. And that one was the tote bag with the teal straps. I did
That
see
was
the
a big deal
pockets.
for me.
That's a huge deal. And you should be proud of yourself.
I am.
Good.
I did have some help.
Wonderful. So Glenn, Lisa, and Sue, after, come on up to the register and see us, and we will get you your gift cards. And a huge congratulations again to each of you. Now for another little quick reveal. Who had number 8? That was Karen's with her shopping list. We'll get your projects back to each of you. And I'm just going up. What's laying on top? Number 10? That was you. That was Sandy. That's gorgeous. I love the edges on Sandy's. Oh, I could. Okay. Number 11 is Sue Babcock, and she is sitting there in the back. So I will just maybe ask you guys to pass this back to her, or Ellen can hand it back. Number 12 is Trina's. Number 6 is that Rose. Yep. Rose, your Darn It Dolls. Okay. Mary Ellen's. Number 4 is Darla's. Number 2 is Sue's. Sue Bigley's. And number 1 is Darlene's. Again, another huge round of applause for every single one of these. Figured that was a good time to kind of break and do that and circle back to that. It was a lot of fun. Yeah. It was a ton of fun. Okay, so now our show and tell Christmas edition. I'm hoping that I have all of the slides because there were some additions on this too. So if I missed any of your projects, my apologies, because we had a slide deck put together and then we had some last minute things that we added. I'm hoping that we have the newest slideshow. So we are going to start out with some stockings. This is Mary Ellen Madigan. She said, I knitted 4 Christmas stockings for my daughter-in-law and 3 granddaughters. They matched the Christmas stocking that my grandmother knit for me, all my siblings, and for my son. This was my goal when I signed up for Ellen's knitting classes. So she made, they do. Yep, because I saw yours. They very similar. So that's a skill that she was able to get from doing Ellen's knitting classes and make additional stockings for additional family members to match what grandma made. So got that. Our next show and tell. These are little gift bags to hold Christmas gifts from me. And that is for the Walking Girls from Lisa Reynolds. Okay, we have, this is from Barb Blount. She had various gifts, several different Christmas gifts that she made and stitched out for different folks. So Trina Lawrence, I made this quilt for my brother using the BQ2 quilt pattern that we learned in Darlene's class. And he's retired now, correct? Retired Navy, so she used fabric that has the Navy on there. And her quilting was all done in the hoop with little ripples and stars that fit the theme. Need a good design, quilting design. Our next one, I made a salvage pincushion and frog tote for Lorraine Sutherland, and that is by Mary Mills, and Mary's here this morning. So she made those 2 for Lorraine. And then Lorraine made this jelly roll tote for Mary. So it was kind of fun to see what they exchanged with each other in the projects that they made. Oh, and you have Lorraine's. Here. I'll carry it up front and hold it up. So here is that actual tote. It's a nice large. It looks a lot smaller in the photograph, so I'm glad you had it. And she said that there's a nice big pocket here on the outside. So that was beautiful job done by Lorraine. Oops, you have it. Okay, our next one. I made this yellow brick road wall hanging for my stepdaughter who loves The Wizard of Oz. And that is our own Ellen who made that one. And little embellishments on the ruby slippers. Our next one is also made by Ellen. This is for a friend of hers who loves sheep. So she took one of the panels that we have and she embellished some vintage lace around it and appliqued those onto a little tote bag for her friend. Okay, here's another BQ2. This one is Darla's.
It wasn't my brother's.
Oh, it was yours.
But that's
I'm just riddled full of, yeah. Okay, so yes, Darla's son, she made that for, and that was also from that class that Darlene taught this fall. Okay, Darla also made some placemats and quilted those on her CM17. We have a runner with little gnomes and Christmas trees. This is by Karen Genderzak, and she used her, at the time, Luminaire. And she was able to fit the quilting into all those little peaks and valleys between the trees and the gnome hats. And so that was a gift. And then she also did the OESD Santa's Workshop tiling scene. And the one thing that does not come across here on the photograph when we saw it in person here in store, she used a glitter black fabric that had and it really just, it popped it.
Yeah.
It really popped it. It was gorgeous. So that's Karen. Okay, and then we have Ann's. A lot of you, saw those when she had them on the. I'm gonna turn down the heat. I see people were getting warm. She used the Brothers Stellaire, and she used built-in designs of Elsa and Anna from Frozen. Her 2 little granddaughters are at the age where they love Elsa and Anna. And she made them the same but different, going with each of the children's favorite colors. And then she long arm quilted those on our QMP 20. And she was able to do a lot with Pro Stitcher so that she could take some snowflakes and kind of crop out the embroidery design and drop the quilting of the snowflake designs right around that. And she wanted to bring them and show you guys in person, but the girls would not let them go.
We have it.
And I told her,
The first quilt she's ever done, right?
Yes.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. So that's, she teaches it, but those are her first finished. And instead of doing a block or a small runner, no.
Just if you're my granddaughter.
Yeah. They were a labor of love for sure. And now we are moving into some sweaters. So Ellen led the vanilla sweater knitting class. And here's Mary Ellen modeling the sweater that she made for herself in that class. And then we have Debbie Gorley showing her sweater. And then we have Sharon Sweetland's sweater that are completed.
And there was one more that we didn't get the picture.
It came through last night. It was too late and we couldn't. It was,
Opened the wrong file.
we're good. And I had mistakes in the file. So we're good, right? Right? Nobody cares. We roll with it, right? We're good. It's all good. So now we are ready for our regular show and tell. Now with all of the fat quarters and everything else, did anybody bring regular show and tells? Yeah? Yeah, great. That's fine, not a problem. That's why I wasn't sure if anybody had regular show and tells. Well, you know what? February will be here before we know it. So bring them in February.
I made that. It looks exactly like that. Winter,
The
winter, taking it on my wall at home.
the snow day.
That's my show and tell.
So that's Lisa's show and tell. Darla, did you bring a regular show and tell? Nope. Okay. Jeanette, do you have one?
No, I've got to get.
You got to get going. Okay.
I do.
Darlene does. All right, come on up, Darlene. Thank you for coming in. Yeah.
Did you make your jacket?
Yes. Serger.
The question was, in case it didn't come through online, did Darlene make her jacket? She said yes, she did on her serger.
First of all, this is my little Valentine one.
Here, come over this way so that the camera can see you.
Okay.
Just
Oh.
point to the back. There you go. Now we're
Okay.
in range.
I'm not sure where
You're
I should
good.
look, okay? And then I was finishing this yesterday and I got on the last part and this is what happened. Whoops, yeah.
Oh, what happened? It looks like it shifted.
It shifted.
And I was to the, within an hour of being done.
Oh, that's.
So I had all this done. I had that corner done. And I was to here, and that's when it messed up. So I'm thinking, like, do I take all this out? So I didn't. What I redid was just this part. And so I cut it, ripped it out, put it back in. Then I had a glass of wine.
Yep.
Just a glass.
And then it was wine
But
time.
it was realigning, and so I did this on my 15. But then after I got the Luminaire, it's nice without light.
Oh yeah,
like
the
it
projector where you can see
Oh.
exactly where you're going. Yep.
Yeah, so.
It's gorgeous. Thank you, Darlene. Did you bring anything with you, Nancy?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna set this here. Trina, do you have a show and tell? Karen, Bonnie, Mary does. All right, come on up, Mary.
So you did that, and then you still come work.
It was all put like together. for that.
Yeah, I put Darlene's in front of her. I'm holding Mary's.
I was ready to.
Oh, a garland.
My friend Lorraine and I are going to do a presentation for Quilt Guild. And I did some,
You know, I think we're backwards
think we
here.
are.
Let's trade. There
so
we
I
go.
just made, I was looking for quick projects, so I just did the This didn't even require any sewing at all, just ironing and cutting.
That is gorgeous.
And then I made another one, and this one's going in my window at home. I think maybe
Oh, look at that.
and that was bigger ones and just the reds and the pinks. This was just, once again, you just cut it, iron on some interfacing, and then I just slit the back and using a crochet hook wound these round ones.
Won't put the jute through.
Yeah.
It's so easy and so fun.
And then we're going to be showing how to make this table runner, which is huge. I didn't realize.
Wow.
And then
I love all the Valentine's theme.
I made one. This is going to go on my front door. I have a dark brown door, and it's really hard to see things on it. So with the white around it, it should show up pretty well.
Very nice. Oh, everything's gorgeous. Thank you. I'm going to give you
Thank you.
your extra entry. Thank you. Mary Ellen? Sue?
Finished another one, huh? Oh, that's been that. Last.
Oh.
Oh, my. Wow.
So that is the Last Supper tiling scene, and that's an OESD?
No, I think so.
Nope, that's a Need a Good Design one. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Amy said she was trying to start on it. Who was the one that doesn't have the?
She said it was a Need a Good Design. It's the designer of that pattern. Yep, and then Sue, we're gonna put that under, just because it's so small to see from a distance across the room, we're gonna lay it here. There we are. We can see the detail.
The main guy in the middle there.
Nan's just panning through that. Yeah, the stitching is just exquisite on this.
Yeah, there's no applique on it.
No, that's all stitching. That is absolutely, there you go. Absolutely beautiful. Rose, do you have a show and tell today? Nope. Okay, we'll move back to the back row. Sherry? Sue? We'll have Sue follow Sue.
This is fabrics from the shop hop this summer.
Oh, here, grab
It goes like this.
that.
And just a 3-yard.
So one of the 3-yard quilt patterns. And she said she picked up these fabrics at the shop hop this summer. That is gorgeous. I love the purples. But anybody who knows me knows that those are my favorite colors. That is gorgeous. Thank you, Sue.
We can do a close-up of a little bit.
Oh, I'm handing you the microphone. Do we want to do a close-up of this one?
Can.
What shop did you get the fabric?
The center one I got from up in New York.
Bradford Fabric.
No,
Is that
no, in
Lakewood?
Lakewood. And the other 2 came from Meadville, from the box.
So that was just a neat way that she was able to pull that together from the various shops. And you have your ticket, right?
Yep. I
Okay.
think.
Thank you, Sue. Terry, do you have a show and tell today? Terry, do you have a show and tell? Nope. Sue? Do you have a show and tell? Nope. Okay. So anybody that I missed with a show and tell? All right. Well, congratulations to all of you for that hard work and effort between the Fat Quarter Challenge and all the Christmas gifts and the sweaters and the other items. Everybody's been very, very busy. So we'll go ahead and do our prize drawing. Is there anybody in store that did not receive a ticket for coming in this morning? And do Bonnie's first. Your hand went up first. And Trina. You're welcome. Anybody else that we missed a ticket? Okay. Those who are joining us at home, if you have not already, comment the word winter and we will get that drawn. And we have 2 little bucket bags from Moda. And this one, the red one says the best gifts are handmade on the back with a little quilt block present. And the smaller green one has little Christmas trees. So for our online drawing, our winner is Judy Cochran, and we are sending the smaller one just because it'll mail a little bit easier. So Judy, congratulations on being our online winner this morning. And for the larger in-store sized, we're going to pick out a number. Steve, since you're not normally here with us, we'll let you go ahead and have the honors this morning. Let's get them all mixed up. No, I did not say that. Not usually, yes.
82.
882. Let's check our tickets, ending in 882. Oh, it's Rose who won that. All right. And she's just stepped out of the room for a phone call, but we'll pass that back to her seat. So congratulations to Judy and Rose on your winnings this morning. Congratulations to our Fat Quarter Challenge winners. And we look forward to seeing you guys all next month on February 7th when we do this again, and we'll have more great fun in store. Thank you, everybody. Have a good day. Stay safe and warm.
Appointment, and then right.